Hello everyone and welcome back to the Armchair podcast. Another weekend of Premier League action and we are back to talk things over.
Footy.
It's back.
Yeah, more footy.
More football, I know. Crazy.
Imagine that.
This is a bit of a late podcast, but obviously
Big
because
time.
Liverpool played on Monday night and we do have jobs and we're not full-time influencers yet, but obviously this podcast is going to the very
It's
top.
a matter of time, yeah.
So it's a matter of time, but for
Bear
now...
with us.
It is a midweek podcast, but we hope you enjoy. You listen to all the other drivel that you usually listen to, you know, TalkSport, Gary Neville, The Overlap, Boovy, Rory, James Orcott.
Well, that's it, though. You wait and then
for
you get
this,
this, the
which
actual
is
analysis.
The actual, well, it's not the actual analysis. It's the pub chat that you want.
Have you heard
and
about
that you need.
fan analysis, by the way? Just
No,
quickly.
what's that?
This is, look into it. Basically, Michael McIntyre, whatever his name is, Matthew McIntyre, what's his name?
Michael McIntyre.
Is trying to buy football fan analysis with Gary Neville.
What do you mean he's trying to buy football fan
He
analysis?
set up this thing called Fanalysis, which is where they get fan.
The
You'll see
comedian
it.
Michael McIntyre.
Yes, guys, it's not a conspiracy. He will take over football analysis. No, he is basically setting up this thing with Sky and Gary Neville, which brings on paid fans. So basically, like scouts, fans to go on and then actually like correspond on like Sky News and stuff. It's
What? I don't know.
just look into it.
No one
honestly.
gives a shit about that. So let's move on because that sounds utter dross. And honestly, I hate Michael McIntyre. I think he's the unfunniest comedian.
It's
ever.
gonna happen, guys. You're gonna see it.
If
So
you
honestly,
find-
next week, it's all you're gonna see. I
If
bet
you
you.
find Michael McIntyre funny,
He's not.
immediately stop listening to this podcast and go and find another podcast.
Oh yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying, he's not in it. It's just he's doing it.
I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't even know about this, so I'm gonna Google it. Google it. Is there
Look
anything
into
funny
it.
about it or anything?
It's not funny at all.
What a
Let's
surprise.
move on.
What a surprise. It's Michael McIntyre, of course it isn't. So let's go to the first game of the season.
Fucking
Sorry,
hell.
it's been
long
a long
day.
first game of the weekend. West Ham against Chelsea. Now, yeah, what did you make of the game?
Well, when I was watching it, I made a comment. I was watching it with my mates,
You made a comment.
and I made a comment during the game, and I was like, I think Chelsea are going to find it harder to score goals because teams are giving them more respect. And that's what I said when it was 1-1. And then they absolutely battered them. But I do think that will be true. I just think West Ham are really shit. I mean, what have they spent the Declan Rice money on? It's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, Paqueta's good. It was a good goal. He scored a really nice goal.
But their back line.
Yeah, it's not great. And as I said in the last podcast, when we talked about Graham Potter getting the skin fade and being a bit of a fraud at Chelsea, I stand by it. I don't think he's got the minerals to manage at the top level. I just don't think it's going to work for him, bless him. And West Ham is a poison chalice. It's like David Moyes is just the GOAT, like in terms of West Ham and in general and Everton. So it's so hard. And even you know, it's just so hard to take West Ham job. No one's really took it by the scruff of the neck and has stayed there for a long time, really. So yeah, it's hard, but because they're one of those clubs, West Ham, where the fans expect quite a lot. They're a London club. They've got a really nice stadium. I don't think. Sorry, I take that back. I don't think the fans expect that much. They don't expect silverware, or they don't expect Europe.
Well,
I think
they
it's
do
one of
a
those
bit.
clubs where, like, you know what I mean? They're a bit of a yo-yo club. It's like one season they're pushing for Europe, and the next season they're in a relegation. They're near the relegation. So it's a strange one, really, West Ham. I'm not sure how they solve it and get more stability, but it looks like another long season for them. I don't think Jared Bowen's going to save them, and they could be in a relegation battle.
I think they will be, but I also think I think they'll stay up because I think they'll just sack Graham Potter at some point, and they might get a bit of a boost from that, and they'll change the tactics. And they've still got a good enough squad to stay up. But alarm signs are there.
What about Chelsea? What have you made of them? Obviously, disappointing really to draw at Palace on the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Can you read too much into that performance because it is West Ham, or?
For me, I think I'm gonna choose to take more out of the Palace game, because that's my choice.
It's a choice. It's
a choice.
It's like Man City when they played,
Wolves,
and then they played Spurs. It's like, well, you can watch both of those games back to back and make your own mind up.
Yeah. What we do know is they faced Crystal Palace at home, and Crystal Palace are really well drilled, really good defensively, and mainly they had some moments. Estevao had some chances in the Crystal Palace game, but they didn't do enough. And then they faced West Ham, who just look pretty dreadful, and they absolutely battered them. So,
well, the Chelsea fans I've been hearing, this is on the interweb after the game, was we did it without this is without Cole Palmer. Like he scores a hat-trick every day. I don't know, they kind of make out that Cole Palmer, I agree, he's a good player, but they make out like without Cole Palmer, it's like, I don't think personally, and this is going to rattle people, but I don't think Palmer has the same impact for Chelsea that Saka does for Arsenal, or that Salah does for Liverpool. I don't think he's quite on that level yet, personally, in my opinion. It's just an opinion. But I just think Chelsea can cope without Palmer. I think it's harder for teams like Arsenal and Liverpool to cope without Salah and Saka. I don't think he's quite on that level yet.
I'd probably disagree.
I don't think consistency-wise. I think on his day he can be brilliant.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's one of those... He's not consistent enough for me, and I don't think it makes a huge difference. They've got an amazing talent pool.
I think that's harsh, to be honest. I personally think that he is really good, and I think he's also a bit of a talisman. He's also a bit of a leader on the pitch in terms of his football. Like
he looks like a sloth.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he actually will get on the ball and
go ooh,
and grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And he always goes for it. So I think that you're probably speaking through bias, whereas I'm a football analysis.
Right, you're pure. Yeah. So what about when he went missing then for most of last season? What happened there?
Well, I also think Chelsea's numbers, if you look at the numbers and their overall play, they just declined as a team, and it wasn't just Cole Palmer.
Did all right.
Madueke, I mean, his stat padded based on a hat-trick against Wolves. Anyway, the point is, I think Chelsea will be a lot better. I put them third over Man City. I think they will be really good, but I'm still yet to see... I think they're going to face a couple of problems. One, selection issues. These Palmer debates are going to creep in more and more. What is their best 11? They're not going to know. They might find it at some point in the season, but Delap, Pedro...
There's a lot of rotation there. I don't think the manager knows his best 11 yet.
No, and he won't yet, but he might find it. So that will be a bit of a headache to start with. And then I just think defensively still, I think they just need a bit more at the back.
It's consistency for me. I
then maybe they just need to build it. But they might do it. They could do what we did. No one thought that we were going to do as well as we did in kind of 21, 22. So you never know. They could fire at the box.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Be good.
But
we'll see.
That.
I don't know. We'll see. That's my opinion on it.
That's not going to happen, and it's a fact.
All right, that's a fact.
Let's move on to I'm looking forward to talking about this game. Man City against Tottenham was the second game last weekend, and it's funny. I was saying this. How out of all the clubs in the Premier League, how is Spurs your bogey team, especially a club like Man City that have dominated the Premier League for the past 10 years or so, and your bogey team out of all the teams is Spurs? I mean, there's this literally saying that's called Spursy, which means you bottle it, and they bottle it against Spurs every time. I've never known anything like it. What is going on there?
Yeah. The mind boggles. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But when it mattered, and Son had that fucking chance and he didn't score, I remember that.
Yeah,
couldn't beat them then, could he?
Let's not go into that. But talking law of averages, they beat Man City a lot, and especially at the Etihad, it seems a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. I think they just cancel each other out a bit. I don't know. I think Spurs...
Well, they don't cancel each other out because Spurs win every time.
No, I mean... Well, yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
In the sense of I don't know. Maybe it's not a tactical thing. Maybe it's just the bogey thing. It does happen sometimes.
I just said that.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, ours is like Newcastle. What,
Yeah, it is.
Or, Old Trafford for a while and things like that. It just happens.
Ours is Newcastle now.
You just have a bogey team, there's a Spurs.
No,
it's quite a funny one to have, isn't it?
It is Spurs. And, look, after all the pundits going mental, Cherky, what's the other one? Grinders. Grinder, he needs to get on Grinder, mate, and quit football. It wasn't that... It just wasn't that convincing against City at all. They look weak.
Against City?
Against Spurs. They looked weak. The goalkeeper, Trafford, what are they? They're playing suicide balls. I kind of felt sorry for a lad. And I know that any goalkeeper in a Pep system has to get used to this. But, right, this is another hot take from me. Controversial. I think this era of Pep Guardiola football, passing it around at the back and spreading it out wide to the fullbacks and all that stuff to build up, I think that's dying out. And I don't think it's no longer a successful recipe to challenge to win a title. I think less teams are doing it now, and I just think there's more risk than reward. There used to be a lot of reward, but I think teams have figured it out now. The press now in the Premier League, the high press, is killing that.
In fairness,
the press
I
is
think
crazy.
I would argue that Pep already kind of worked that out himself, and that's why he brought
Why
in.
is he still doing it?
That's
then?
why he brought in Haaland. They do change the way they play.
Yes,
like,
but you know what
I
I'm saying,
remember
he's
when they beat us at 4-1 in the 21-22 season. What did they play? They played They played the long ball over the top every time to Haaland, or they're forwards against Holding. No, but their tactics are quite adaptable. I think he realises that. I do agree that it's changing a bit. Like, we've brought in a big bastard to just lump it up to. I think it is changing a bit, so I do agree. But I do think, in fairness to Pep, like, I just think they had a bit of a nightmare. I think it can happen. Like, Ryan nearly got it wrong at Old Trafford, to be fair. So, and we did it. We do it all the time.
It was
piss about.
It was
in
really
fairness,
poor. It reminded me of when Ramsdale played it for Arsenal. I think he just looks a bit out of his depth. Bless him. I don't think he's ready for that step to be Man City's number one goalkeeper. And I think they could do some more business in the window and look to get Donnarumma if that's a possibility, because he just doesn't look. It doesn't look right. And I think unless they get Donnarumma in, I can't see City being anywhere near title title winners. I just don't see it.
I don't think it's just their keeper, to be honest, though. I think it's
the back line's hot, but it comes. Yeah. It's the spine. It's just not there anymore.
And Rodri needs to be good if he does come back. But
and even when Rodri and Foden came on, they didn't look convincing. I know it's one game.
It's one game.
We
were saying against Wolves, they look good.
They got cut open. They looked, but it was Wolves. We said, we'll see when we play Wolves. It will be a while now. We don't need to see now, do we?
But as we said, when City are good, they struggle to beat Spurs.
Let's talk about Spurs, right? Because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I want to give them some flowers. I think Thomas Frank is a fantastic manager. I think Daniel Levy's got some balls to sack Ange after winning a European trophy and then going in and getting Thomas Frank. I think that's a fantastic appointment. Probably one of the best managers available in the Premier League. And in the space of, 6 weeks, he's turned them into an outfit that you would not look forward to playing against. An outfit where you'd go, oh, these are a decent team. What the fuck was Ange doing for a season? I have no idea. Because without also Maddison and Kulusevski missing out on targets like Morgan Gibbs-White and Eze, they've had 2 wins on the bounce and go to the Etihad and get a result like that. And really impressive. And I think that, I didn't think, when people were saying, Spurs are going to... I think they had way more chance than Man United, but from what I've seen so far, I'm convinced that they're definitely going to finish in the top 6. I think they're a fantastic team, and he's a fantastic manager. As much as it hurts me to say it.
No, I'm not moved by this. I'm not moved by this.
Why not?
We've just said City bogey team, so the Tottenham tend to beat City anyway. I think if you look at the last managers they've had, the one that stands out is, since Poch, the manager that is the anomaly is Ange. Before Ange, they played pretty defensive, structured, at times really boring shit football. Obviously, the squad changed a lot, but I do think that Tottenham are kind of have been for the last season, since even before Ange, they were like a defensive team. And I just think as well...
What's your point?
Well, my point is that I just don't think that being a hard team to beat will be enough.
They're not just a
hard
team
just
to
well
beat.
drilled. I just think
they're not just a hard
team. But I looked at the goals. They weren't like. I just think City had a bit of a nightmare.
The first goal was a very well timed run by flipping
Johnson.
No, Richarlison, and he looks rejuvenated under Thomas Frank. He's put him. Honestly, I'm being serious. He's put him at the 9 position. He looks really good.
He's got a tattoo of himself.
I don't care.
On his back.
He looks. So what? He looks good.
I don't believe it.
And Brennan Johnson looks good under it. I just think, honestly, I think they're going to do well. And I know you can't face it, but they are. You're going to have to face it because they are going to do well this season.
They're going to do well. You said they're going to finish top 6.
It would have been worried. That is well for them.
That's not.
It would have been worrying.
That's the standard.
I would have been worried if they got Eze. I'm being serious. That would have been a serious problem. I know. I'm glad. I'm glad about that.
I think you're shitting your pants for some reason.
I'm not shitting my pants.
You're pooing yourself.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bournemouth against Wolves.
I'm not moved.
Wolves. I'm not really going to talk about that. Sorry if you're a Bournemouth or a Wolves fan, but Wolves got a man sent off. You look shit. Probably going to go down.
I don't think they will.
Bournemouth are decent. Burnley against Sunderland. Yeah, I mean, high hopes for Sunderland, wasn't it, when they got that win in the first game, and then it's just all come sort of crashing back to reality, really, hasn't it?
Well, it's what we call the one game effect, and it's what we keep talking about. I mean, for fuck's sake, we just had one game, and now it's another game, and everyone goes, "Oh, maybe they're not good," and then they'll have another game and they'll win, and you go, "Maybe they're good again." And that's kind of where we're at.
I think it's because it's against Burnley, though. I think that's the thing, and it's a convincing 2-0 win. So I think obviously if it was Brentford or something like that, you'd probably go, "Oh, well, yeah, fair enough." It's a newly promoted side beating them 2-0. But it is what it is. This is going to happen. But yeah, I still think they've got a chance. They still look good to me. I'm riding on that Xhaka.
Would you think Burnley are going to be good? Is this
I said in my Premier League predictions, I like
Scott
as a manager, Scott
character.
Parker, and I think he'll get it right this time just because he has got experience in the league. I know Daniel Farke has as well, hasn't he? I'm sure he has.
Daniel Farke, yeah, he got relegated.
Yeah.
Well, no, or did he
got
get sacked
before?
I think he
sacked
probably
before he got relegated, but he was awful.
Point.
I
think Norwich is.
I don't know.
Gig.
I just like maybe it's Scott Parker's aura. Farke hasn't really got any aura, so I don't really believe in this. Just looks better, doesn't he?
We analyse based on aura, and a lot of the time it does work.
My analysis is strictly based on what I see with my own eyes, and it's mainly looks and aura.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to get on this channel. You're not going to get, he runs into the channels well, he finds a pocket of space, he's picked out that pass brilliantly, triangles. I'm not going to talk about triangles at all.
The
only triangle I'm going to talk about is a triangle on someone's facial shape. Like Scott Parker has a very nice triangle face.
The only structures we're going to discuss are facial structures.
Why is Arteta such a good manager? Is it his patterns of play? Is it his, mannerisms? Is it his belief? No, it's because his hairline is unreal and his drip is crazy.
But there's only one thing more powerful than a good hairline, and that is boldness. It's a powerful thing. Because you don't give a fuck anymore.
I tell you what, I hope that rings true for me. I really do, because at the minute I'm struggling with
You've got nothing else to lose.
Yeah. No, I disagree. I think an elite hairline at 50 is more powerful than a boldness. But then again, chat to Zidane. But then you think, well, Carlo Ancelotti as well. For
every bold man, there's a man with a good hairline.
For every bold man, there's a man with a good hairline who's just as successful. So swallow that pill. I bet you can't.
It's a bitter one.
It's a bitter one to swallow. All right, and then we're going to get on to... Before we talk about Arsenal, actually, because that'll be the last hour of the podcast for you Arsenal fans. I bet you can't wait for that. I bet you're chomping at the bit. No one's got this far, actually. But anyway, if you have, then you're a flipping legend. Comment below if you've got this far. We are... I don't know. What are we, 15 minutes in? 18 minutes in? If you got this far, comment below and say, I made it this far. And I'll get you a Twizzler. All right. Next, Crystal Palace against Nottingham Forest. We actually got a question from a Patreon member. No, we got a question from someone on the TikTok somewhere. I'll need to find it, but while you talk about Crystal Palace against Forest.
I didn't actually watch this game, to be honest.
How you're useless. I don't know why you're even on this podcast. I should just do it by myself.
I don't know. Why am I on this podcast? You can't even find the question.
I know. I should have saved. I should have saved it. I should have been a lot more prepared.
Prep.
Right. So Forest against Crystal Palace. Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Right.
So there we go. But I was just gonna because I didn't watch it, I was going to
answer a question.
Answer this question, and now I can't fucking find it. So, and I don't. Fuck you now. This podcast is shit.
Mate. I need a poo as well. I'll hold it.
Oh, here we go. Obviously, it's on the Got a Question TikTok. I'm sorry,
guys.
That
would make sense.
I'm sorry.
That would make sense.
So here we go. I'm sorry about this, because this is from Will, who's a Forest fan. And he randomly comes to our house for some reason. Not sure why, but anyway, jokes. Nice guy, Forest fan. Love him to bits. And he has a question. I know it's not Forest related, but we didn't watch the game, so here we go. If the Eze signing goes ahead, that puts you over Just farted.
Sorry, go again.
If the SA signing goes ahead, that puts you over 200 million net spend this summer, which it has, so over 200 million. After a few seasons of high expenditure and finishing second, surely anything other than winning the league is a failure. If he fails to deliver again, would... Flipping heck.
Fuck me, this is
Basically,
a good question.
would you want Arteta out, or do you already think he's reached his pinnacle like Southgate did with England? I'm sorry, but just off the bat, I know you're not comparing
work.
Southgate to Arteta, but just to drop that in there, you should have said Poch, to be fair. But I agree. Yeah. So we've debated this before, me, Will, and Josh, and I'm heavily Arteta in and trust the process. I have been.
Go back and look at the records.
No, I'm saying some games I was struggling to believe, but I've always deep down been trust the process. I really have. So, and I do like the longevity of a manager. I like everything, the values. I think it's just good. I think it's good to have a manager. But Josh, you are a strong believer of the fact that if we don't win a major trophy this year, with signing Eze and Gyökeres, and to be honest, I agree. There's no excuses for not winning the trophy, but for me, there still is. Because it depends on a variety of factors.
Is that not the most Arsenal fan thing you've ever heard?
I know, but it depends on a
Put
variety
that on
of factors.
T-shirt. There are no excuses for not winning a trophy.
No.
But for me,
I think on a T-shirt it should say no excuses.
But
there is excuses.
There are always excuses.
And I'll wear that on my last day of the season at the Emirates. No, but
we're gonna have excuses.
I just think that it depends. Like Saka again injured, but I think again.
Fucking hell! I'm sorry, but to answer Will's question, we just spent 200 million, and the role of spending that money, or part of spending that money, is to plan for things like Saka and Ødegaard being injured. So that already.
Look, I just don't want to admit it. Now we've signed Eze, there is no excuses, and if he doesn't win a trophy, it's time to go.
That's like click stuff. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just saying that I would say the thing about a process is, at some point, a process comes to an end. That's why it's a process. And you can't have a process.
What about a process that's just continuation of a process?
I don't know if that is a process. Chemists, we need chemists and philosophers. I don't know. The thing about what I see as a process, photosynthesis or things like that, is they have a result. And I feel like
the result is top two finished 3 seasons in a row and semi-finals of the Champions League and competing at the top level of the Premier League, which I think Arsenal fans...
You've cut me off.
I'm sorry.
Let me finish my amazing analysis.
Finish then.
At some point, right, something might just plateau or reach its end. And I'm not saying that... I basically would preface this by saying that over the last few seasons, I've been one of the people that has believed these excuses. And I also think we have a lot of valid excuses, to be honest. I think that City have been really dominant. They've had a period of dominance that we've been trying to break into. Liverpool have also struggled.
Does he need to win a trophy or not?
Jay, can you just let me finish? Liverpool also have struggled to break into that. They've done it now because City have dropped off. The point is that I'm trying to make is I think that if we're looking at it objectively, I think he does need to win a trophy. Because, and I said this for 2 reasons. One, media pressure. Media pressure will be huge, and it will undermine, eventually, media pressure becomes a thing, and it does undermine clubs eventually. Players like Saliba, Saka, etc. will want to win trophies eventually in their career. They will eventually leave if we don't win anything. We need to win silverware. 2, I'm desperate for us to win, and we need to, because I can't see this squad. I don't want to see this squad be fucking wasted. And 3, loyalties in football, as brilliant as they are, but we were loyal to Wenger for far too long, and it didn't get us very far. At some point, you need to know when to sell, when to get rid of, and that's it. What are you talking about?
This rule of 3 thing.
I like the rule of 3. That's a process.
It's like when Gary Neville says, at this moment.
At
that's
this
what
moment
you're
in
doing.
time.
Right. Listen, at this moment in time...
That was excellent analysis.
At this moment in time, I don't think there is a need for Arsenal to win a major trophy at this moment in time. However, at the next moment of time, as in next year... I think that, the pressure will peak and it will fizzle over, and there will be a plane flying over the Emirates with Arteta's face on it saying, it's time to go!
This is my issue, right? This is my issue, okay? I just think that at some point, people will turn.
Look, you could say the same thing
about... People already start turning, and all I'm saying is at some point you got to know when to twist and when to hold. And all I'm saying is, Klopp left, slot in, bang,
Klopp
bang,
left
bosh.
out of his own accord, and it was the right time for him to go, and he already won a trophy. I think we give Arteta as much time as possible until he literally runs
Let's
this club.
give Arteta 30 years.
Give him all the time he needs and all the time he deserves.
Do you remember when we handed?
He has built this club.
Do you remember when we handed Wenger?
Sorry,
do you remember when we gave Wenger 20 years to run and we gave him the keys to the entire club?
You need to respect people.
And we had to root him out.
Listen, shut the hell up.
We had to start a coup.
Shut the hell up. People seriously need to start respecting Arteta. I genuinely
You know how respect's won?
No, listen.
Respect's won through trophies.
It's not through trophies, and he's won an FA Cup, all right, with a shit team. He has put Arsenal back to where we belong. We've just signed Eze, for fuck's sake. Gyökeres. We are an elite team at the top of our game. World class. So, put some respect on Arteta's name.
You know what? I know a manager that took a team and took them
do not
where
say
they
Potter,
belonged.
I'll fucking
No, where
kill you, I
they
swear
belonged. Challenging. He changed the whole culture. He changed the whole feel. He challenged. He took the squad as far. He pushed it to the limit. That was Gareth Southgate. To answer the question, at some point, I'm just saying.
Gareth Southgate. I'm sorry. Right.
It's not disloyal. Can I just finish quickly? Just quickly. It's not disloyal to have questions about a manager. It is not disloyal. As long as if you're loyal to the club and you want your club to succeed, we can't have a cult of Arteta. Unfortunately,
we can have a call, and I'm part of the call.
All
and I'm telling you, I'll die on this hill. Arteta's going to win.
I would love it.
And all these people that are saying, wait, one more season is what's this process? It's still continuing. We are going to win something big.
I also want to put on the record, I would love Arteta to win more than anything else. I would love it, and I will still be happy, and I'll still be amazed and wonderful. So you don't come back to the record. I think we will win the Premier League this season.
Record, so.
I think we will.
It's not even a discussion, because now we've got Eze. We are going
anyway, let's move on.
That's to answer the question, Will. And I'm sorry about that. This whole podcast has been...
It's been a massive dog poo.
Let's actually go. So any Forest fan now, like Will, is probably already switched off because we've not even talked about Forest. So I said I've not watched the game. I actually want to talk about Forest now and Crystal Palace. So I've got something to say on it.
You picked a question that had nothing to do with Forest.
Because he asked the question, he's a Forest fan. So that's what the Forest fans want to know, apparently. Look, listen. Crystal Palace, right? Losing Eze, losing Elise, losing Zaha, that was a while ago. But I think they're such a good club. Like, I love Crystal Palace. They're such a good club and well-run club. And so there's interviews when Eze left, like, giving him all his flowers and all the respect. I wish him well. Like, that is just pure class from Crystal Palace fans. And to win the FA Cup and the Community Shield and to put in these results they're doing this season with losing one of the best players, well, their best player, I think is outstanding. I think they just look decent, Palace. They're a really good side. I like them, and I hope Nketiah, can...
I like Glasner. I like Mateta Boom. I like all of it. I like Munoz. I hope Gay doesn't go to Liverpool, then I'm going to have to hate him.
Yeah.
I like them. I like Crystal Palace.
Just want to touch on Forest. I think they've made some fantastic signings. Yeah, you can answer.
We can talk Nuno. Let's talk Nuno. Nuno, I don't know if you saw the interview, but Nuno came out basically saying, well, something along the lines of...
resolved, doesn't it?
We were falling out. Well, he's came out today saying this is nonsense. Well, he came out in the last match saying this was nonsense. You're trying to fabricate an issue. But in fairness, if your manager, let us know, Forest fans, if your manager and other fans goes out and says, yeah, my relationship with the owner is sometimes not great and I've not been happy with like some of the transfers, it doesn't bode well, does it? And it's one of those where hopefully, I mean, if I was a Forest fan, I'd be pretty devastated if Nuno goes because he's done such a good job and I think he's class. So hopefully it can be sorted.
Do you not think he's saying that because I just think the owner's dodgy? I just think like, everyone knows he's a bit dodgy. Yeah. I just think he's one of those characters where he's not one of those people... I don't think any manager would have the best relationship with him personally.
No.
He seems like a mafia kingpin, like who you wouldn't want to rustle any feathers with. I don't know, he just seems a bit dodgy to me. I don't want to throw any allegations around, but it's just the vibe that I get. Something's just not right.
If it looks like a shit and it smells like one, it probably is.
It reminds me of like Pablo Escobar, like of the Premier League. I don't know.
Man, I don't want to throw any allegations around, but he is basically Pablo Escobar. Fox.
He reminds me of Pablo Escobar. Just his aura.
No, by the way,
the way he carries
just
himself.
for liable reasons, not for Pablo Escobar's involvement in drugs, but for just his vibe.
No, he's
Yeah,
his
his
involvement
vibe.
in drugs.
Right, okay, we're gonna get sued. We're ruined before we even got big.
No, I just think he's, I'm not really sure. If I was a manager, I'd be like, I'd be a bit scared of him, to be honest. So maybe that's what he means. I don't know, or maybe they've had a bit of a falling out over, some drugs or something. I'm not sure.
Right, next, fuck's sake, get off
But
before
no,
he kills
honestly,
us.
I think, like, to be honest, Nottingham. I think they love the owner. There's a really good connection there with the owner and the fans, and obviously not the manager, but hopefully that gets resolved.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that gets resolved. And I also think they've made some really good signs. I mean, Douglas Luiz, is he still as good as he was when like everyone was linked to him back in the day, like 10 years ago? I don't know.
We were linked to him.
Yeah, we were. So
I think he's good.
McAtee and
McAtee is good.
Just all Hutchinson.
He'll be fine.
I'm not a fan
he
of
runs and he's skillful.
Yeah, he's
He'll stretch teams.
Theo Walcott, vibes. Yeah. So I think they're doing all right. So let's just see. I think they could. Top 10's definitely on. As long as they finish above United, which I think they will. I'm happy.
That's
with that.
a good segue. Should we talk United?
Nah, let's talk about
No.
Everton against Brighton. No,
I like the penalty incident. That was really
The
fun.
penalty incident was one of the ridiculous. I mean, the refereeing in this country is still shocking. But surprisingly, you know what? For the first 2 games of the season, there's not been any absolute howlers. There's been a couple of controversial things, but nothing where there's been absolute outrage like last season. So I'm quite happy with that.
I think it's because they've introduced the prem cams, the ref cams.
What is that?
Sorry, fuck's sake. The ref cams have what sorted it. Whatever genius thought of that, give yourself a pat on the back because you've solved everything, and it's really good. It looks like a video. It looks like a PS2 game as well when they go to it. I'm enjoying it so far. Let us know your opinions on the ref cams.
I think, and I said this, I think refs should be forced to wear a helmet with a GoPro on top, with a 4K ultra slow motion GoPro, so you can see. Like, imagine if someone scores a screamer, it's in 4K. Like,
I've got an idea. You seen those videos of Pink where she flies around? Strap a ref on one of those fuckers and fly him around with a camera
with
on.
the GoPro on.
Because you've already got a camera in the air, right? You've already got a camera in the air, so just strap him on too, fly him about.
I think there should be like an assistant ref that's like on a big drone.
Yeah.
Like
Drone.
like I don't know, like, and then they could dress it up as well. Like, so say if it was like Cardiff or something, and then they're not in the Prem, but it would be like a dragon, or like it'd be a cannon if it was Arsenal. And he just flies around.
Something like that, or
yeah.
just like an RCXD. Hey, from Black Ops, so you drive it around and it will just. They had Volkswagen, like little motor. That
I just think they should
ball.
be. I think refereeing, it's too glamorous. I think they should be made to wear helmets, and they should.
It's too glamorous.
They just everything's about them, and they think they look cool in the little suit, like the little socks and the little, that red cop. No, I think they should be made to wear a fucking whack off helmet.
Make them
with a
even
big
more
GoPro.
nerdy.
Make them look proper silly.
You know what? Make it even less desirable to go into refereeing. So we get even worse refs.
I think they should wear like big, like padded suits.
Put them in those
so
balls.
Because the issue.
Roll them around like a hamster.
The issue was the ref bumped into Bruno Fernandes when he was taking a penalty.
Yeah, sorry, to go back to what we were actually talking
about.
If
the ref was covered in like bubble wrap or like a big ball, Bruno Fernandes would have just bounced off him, and it would have, it would have been fine. So I think refs should be made to look more stupid and given, less
Anyway, the
aura.
point is, it was just funny because it shouldn't have affected him taking a penalty.
He is a whiny
He's
little
so whiny.
shit.
Yeah, he's such a whiny little shit.
Oh, the ref! You missed a penalty. It was a crap penalty. It's got nothing to do with the ref. The ref bumped into you because he probably thought you were a knob, which you are.
Yeah. He's one of those blokes, though. He's like a Richarlison figure, Xhaka figure that if he's not on your club...
I'm sorry.
If he's not on your club, you don't like him, but if he's at your club, you probably do.
If the referee bumped into Gyökeres before he took a penalty, and then he skied it over the bar, and then Gyökeres went, yeah, the referee there has put me off, I'd be like, get out of my club. Get out.
Well, that's United's captain, so it bodes well. Emile Smith-Rowe, happy team score. Fulham...
Emile Smith-Rowe dagger against United.
Fulham are just Fulham. They're just
and I told you, I still stand by it. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
No,
you
it's
can,
alright,
you can
keep going.
speak after this.
No,
but
yeah.
no, people are roasting me in the fucking comments, right? I was saying Man United won't finish in the top 10. Fucking trust me. Like, honestly, you'll see.
We've had one more game and now he's vindicated. This is what happened. This is what you want, though. I don't want people with long-term analysis and go, well, look at the data. I want to watch one game and change my entire opinion.
No, my opinion. I've not changed my opinion.
I've changed my
I've
opinion.
solidified it.
Yeah.
And people is in the comments, oh, we've got
Yeah,
Cunha
you're right.
and Mbeumo. I said, Cunha and Mbeumo will not make that big of a difference, and neither will fucking Tesco, right? And I tell you now, the manager isn't that good. And United fans were fuming.
It's a good point,
Not
though.
even United fans. There was Arsenal fans in the comments, you're so wrong about that. Well, they finished 16th last season, 15th. So why is it that rogue of a shout said they'll finish outside the top 10?
You were saying Tottenham are going to get 6th, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think United might finish 6th, but they could finish lower. That's why I put
You're
6th was
joking.
optimistic. Anyway, I'm not going into United too much because I'm sick of talking about them. Go watch
But
the
this
fucking.
is United.
Go watch the Gary Neville podcast.
But this is
with
Man
Gary
United.
Neville.
This is United. This is Man United. Have you seen it? You know what makes me laugh with Gary Neville? I have to respect it. It's really funny though as well. I think he just does it for the content now. Every year, Gary Neville will put United in the top 4 in his predictions.
Yeah, I know. He
What
just
is
does
that?
it.
It's funny,
I like
though,
it,
to be
to be
fair.
fair.
I think
I'd do
it's
the
funny.
same with Arsenal.
But that's a given. But I mean, it's so funny. Like, anyway, Fulham.
They just plod along. They've got some good players. I like watching Fulham.
Yeah. Who
And I
gives
think the
a
coach is good. I
not
don't give a
joking.
shit about Fulham. No, I'm joking.
Nah,
They're good.
Yeah, I definitely don't give a shit about United. But all right, and then the final big one: Newcastle against Liverpool. Same story, different season with Liverpool FC, isn't it? Last minute winner. They look like Liverpool. They're too defensively fragile, etc. And then they just come up with a winner, and they're probably going to win the league. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Newcastle played their absolute socks off without Isak.
Their little socks off.
The get into him thing was so funny because Gail Platt just went straight into Van Dijk. He was like, I'm going to get into him. And he just flipping ran into him,
He lost his head, yeah.
Lost his head, sprinted into him. Red card. I mean, idiot. I honestly think if Newcastle had 11 men, they would have won that game. They scored 2 goals with 10 men.
With 10 men. I mean, it was, even Carragher was saying it was lucky from Liverpool. I think any Liverpool fan would agree. You rode your luck.
Do you think they're going to ride your luck all season, though, or do you think it's wrong? Because everyone used to moan. You know, when we were, like, good, when we first got good, everyone was like, they can't keep doing this. They can't keep it up. It's like, well, why can't they?
In fairness, when I thought the same. So, no, I didn't think the same. Because what I'm saying is, it just gives you such a feeling, a sense of, like, destiny. Like, when Reece Nelson scored that goal, and I was there, and I fucking watched it go in. I can't believe I was there. It was amazing. And I just thought, this is meant to be. And I feel like that feeling, when I used to watch Arsenal in that season, I had this feeling that, like, oh, it'll be fine. We're just going to beat whoever. We'll find a way. And I feel like Liverpool's thing of, like, finding a way is really powerful. I hope, and I think that it will eventually dry out a bit. It has to. Over 38 games, you can't sustain that fucking level of chaos.
People get carried away with the elation and the story, and when it's like,
story.
But then when you look at over a 38 game season, you're not going to be able to continue that. So yeah, I think Liverpool need to. It makes me very confident as an Arsenal fan because Liverpool need to fix their defensive fragilities because if they don't, they're not going to win the league, and that is just a fact. They're just not as good as Alisson is and Van Dijk is. It's just It's been shocking so far. I mean, they've conceded 4 goals so far in the opening 2 games, and like and 2 at Anfield as well. And I'm just like, nah, I don't know.
Well,
2 at Anfield,
in fairness,
2 at Anfield against Bournemouth and 2 against 10 men.
In fairness, against 2 teams that I think will be pretty good. I still think Newcastle are good and they look really good, and I think Bournemouth will also be good this season. So.
And let's just touch on Isak, right? I'm sick of talking about this, to be honest.
I don't give a shit. Do we have to talk about it? What do you want to talk about?
I hope the only thing I will say is I hope he stays at Newcastle because I think it teaches other players or the Marley players a lesson that they think they're God's gift and they just guaranteed a move. Like, why don't you look at Eze, right? He just bide his time. If he thought, if I don't move to Arsenal ever, then it is what it is. It's not meant to be. And then he got the move, and it was fantastic for both parties. Both parties, Crystal Palace got over nearly £70 million. He won an FA Cup for them, and then he left on good terms, and then he got his dream move. Would it have killed Isak to wait another year?
No.
He was being a mardy, impatient baby.
Yeah.
And I hope he
Big
rots
baby.
in the reserves for the rest of his life.
Right. That's that. That's the Premier League stuff. Let's get on to some more Arsenal content if you've made it this far.
If you're an Arsenal fan and you've made this far, then fair play.
Fair play,
like,
lads.
it's
Honestly.
Just, yeah. I need to probably put a timestamp on the Arsenal section, so if people don't want to listen to the overall Premier League stuff, they can just skip to the Arsenal chat, to be fair. Because some people don't want to hear all that stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. It's not been that great so far. But anyway, on to Arsenal. Arsenal 5, Leeds 0. We can't read into it too much, but just want to get your overall thoughts on the game, Josh, and the performances.
Well, we can't read into it too much, but I will read into it as much as possible.
And get every little
grain.
And I will probably
bits.
overread into it and
I certainly
project the entire season
what I'll
based off
do
this game.
is based on this game, I'll look at how this game went and I will use that as a basis to establish how I think other things will go on. So I basically think we're going to win the league now. And I think Gyökeres is really good.
I think Gyökeres might be the best striker ever.
Yeah.
Based off that performance against Leeds. No, it was impressive though.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk through it quickly. First half, I thought we actually started all right. I think we were a bit stunted by Ødegaard going down. He was a bit off it again. We were bright, but we didn't really make many chances. Leeds nearly scored.
To be honest, the first 30 minutes before we got that set-piece goal, which was the exact same against United, we looked shit.
I don't actually agree. I thought we were fine.
You don't think we looked bad?
Whoa.
We look crap. What were you watching?
Chill out. I thought we weren't that bad. I was just like, don't panic. I said, he was getting a bit mad and a bit upset. And I said, calm down. We'll score one goal, probably from a set piece, which is what happened.
But what if we don't score from a set piece in the next game at Anfield?
We will.
That is the thing.
Because we will.
Because we will. And it is, you know what, I hope...
It can't be stopped.
I hope that we score from a set piece every single Premier League game.
They're going to call it, you know how there was the Invincibles?
Set piece FC.
Yeah, we're going to have a set piece trophy.
Set piece FC. No, we'll break a stat, I reckon, for like... that will never
already
like
broken
the
all the stats.
I reckon it'll be like the stat that will never be broken, which is a team that scored from a set piece in every single Premier League game. And it's not even now. The thing is, it's not even... Premier League fans, they're shitting themselves of other clubs because now it's not even corners, mate. We've got Eze now on free kicks. And Rice. If it's a long range of Rice on it, close range Eze. Mate, we'll be scoring from free kicks soon. How is that going to piss... So we've got a corner. We score from that. 20 minutes later, we get a free kick on the edge of the box. Declan Rice bags it in. And then we get
bring on Max Dalman.
No, listen.
Get a penalty.
Listen, I wasn't finished. You ruined it. It was a rule of 3.
Sorry, you didn't do... I've got 3.
Then secondly, Eze wins a free kick just on the edge of the box. He scores that. Then Max Dalman comes on, wins a penalty, and we score that. Imagine that.
What you were going to say?
Imagine how triggered there you would be.
Yeah, you would be triggered. I think we will have a game where we do that. That will happen.
No, hang on. So set piece corner goal.
We'll have a hat trick of set pieces.
Free kick from outside the box.
And a Gyökeres
penalty. Eze.
No, what you're complicating it.
No, it's not. No, it's not because Declan Rice can score free kicks. Eze can score free kicks.
I might put something on record. Declan Rice may never score a free kick again.
He
might not. I don't care if
he had one
doesn't.
the other week, and it was nearly
Honestly,
going in.
I don't care if he never scores one again. I don't care.
He's good at free kicks, though, isn't he?
I don't know. He only took 2.
And they were the best free kicks I've
small
ever seen in my
size.
entire life.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, the point is, listen, we're going to score a lot of set pieces. Deal with it. People get mardy about Arsenal playing, pretty stuff, but you're not very strong and stuff. Troy Deeney, who was on SASU days, when you say we got no cojones, and we get bullied and stuff. They were all laughing at Brentford. Well, fuck you, because now we do it, and then we get criticised for scoring set pieces.
They're just really annoyed that because we are so good.
Really
I think pundits now with Arsenal, the problem is we're so good now, and I'm not to sound big-headed, but I think they're running out of things to criticise us on. Because there's only so much now.
Winning trophies.
Winning trophies is the only thing that's left.
Yeah.
As soon as we win a trophy, I think they might actually just all poop themselves to death.
But let's get back to the game. I thought, we weren't great, let's say. Timber obviously set piece. Timber played really well. Saka, bang.
Saka on that weak foot, mate. That's becoming a trademark of his.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
crazy.
exceptional.
It's so good.
Yeah, so positives.
So good.
Max Dowman comes on, fantastic. Wins a penalty again. What is this, mate? It's genuinely. I'm not trying to be like. I'm not
trying to go
saying
over
this
the top,
I'm
but
not
I'm
trying to
gonna
go
go
over the
over the
top, but
top.
he's literally Messi.
Theo Walcott went on a fucking thing and said that, basically.
Honestly, though, it's ridiculous. So every time he's won 2 penalties, he's just so good. I don't understand. He just glides past players.
Good.
He's like Messi when Messi
Good.
he just glides past players. But honestly, that is a phrase that you don't hear a lot anymore, and he does. And he is a talent, honestly. To bring him on against tired legs in the 80th minute to win a penalty, that's going to be a banker. And a Gyökeres trademark celebration. But no, a lot of positives to take from the game, Josh, isn't there? You know, Gyökeres, 2 goals. I mean, let's talk about Gyökeres' first goal. Let's break that down.
Gyökeres' first goal, this is original piece of analysis. Gyökeres' first goal was the classic Gyökeres goal. I've seen that 6 different times.
He runs into that channel. He loves that left channel, doesn't he?
He loves the left channel, and he'll run into the left channel, and he gets through, and people say bullied
them. He bullied them.
And he's a physical. People say he's a physical presence.
And he only had one thing on his mind.
Single-minded.
When he put it into the box. One thing on his mind.
Exactly.
Bottom corner.
Goals.
Bang.
So that's an original piece of analysis
and then
you.
He went.
Yeah,
there you go.
that.
I hope you like that breakdown of Gyökeres' goal.
Yeah.
Here are 3 reasons why Gyökeres is going to score more than 20 goals at Arsenal, and I'll give you them 3 reasons now. Number 1, he runs into that left channel. He loves that left channel, and I think Eze is going to open up that left channel for him because he likes that left channel as well, and that's why we bought Eze. Top 10 reasons
who
why
else
Eze
loves
Arteta
the left
bought
channel? Calafiori. So we've got 3
and Miles
people.
We've got 4.
We've got 4 people that love the left channel, and I think. If you go right into that left channel, but then you add a right channel, and you've got
We've
middle,
already got the right
and
channel.
You've got middle.
We haven't got
and
a
then
middle channel.
Gyökeres and Eze add the middle channel with Erdegaard if he returns form. Then you've got 3 channels.
No, but in all seriousness, we have been very right-hand dominant, and all of our play goes down the right-hand side. So I honestly think Eze and Gyökeres, it is going to Premier League teams are going to be like this. They're going to be backtracking, and they're going to be going because you got a Saka on the right and Eze and Gyökeres on the left.
Fuck, mate. Oh my god.
No, I do think though, honestly, I'm not to get too excited, but it was excited. All I would say is be excited because that was exceptional. And yeah, negatives obviously. What's going on with the medical department though?
I don't know.
Everything's going well, new sporting director and everything, but something needs looking into, mate.
It has to go. No, we sent that
The
bloke.
medical department has to go.
To be fair, we sent that bloke to United, and he did a good job there. But we've got someone else in now who's also bad. So we need to hope United sack that bloke. We send our current bloke there.
Yeah.
We get a new bloke in.
Because honestly, what is going on? So Saka and Havertz injured, then they get the same injuries again. As soon as you start the season.
I think it actually might be a lady in charge now. Sorry, I just assumed. But what I would say is...
Well, that's bad of you to assume.
It is bad, I'm sorry. You have to double check that. But I'm not sure who our chief of medical is now. But it used to be a bloke. He was quite nice, but he left. But yeah, it's going wrong. I think it's just fatigue of the last few seasons. So,
I think, Saka and Havertz, it'll be because they play too many minutes.
Yeah. So, Leeds, I'm really sorry, but... it's tough, isn't it? I mean, at least you got a good start.
But at least you have Daniel Farke.
What you should have done is I really like when they had Jesse Marsh in those really tight...
At least you got Daniel J!
When they had Jesse Marsh in those little grey jeans, and he used to have the really tight little skinny jeans, that was good.
The thing is with you Leeds fans, and you probably know about the aura points, they're just not there, and that's only going to get you. It's not going to get you.
Yeah, if you want to get us on side, you need to get some more aura points.
Yeah, I agree. And Ellen Road gives you a lot of aura points. I think Ellen Road's an absolute fortress.
It's an aura farm.
Ellen Road's class. I love it. But yeah, I just don't think you're going to pick. You need to pick up maximum points at home to stay in this league. Unfortunately, Leeds fans. So you better make that a fortress.
Build a massive fort.
Quickly before we end the podcast, another 10 minutes. We'll make it an hour. Why not? I've got nothing else to do apart from go to bed.
I really need to plop.
I'm just thinking, just let me have a thought about this. So I was thinking this the other day. I was thinking to myself, Eze, in terms of like a signing in Arsenal history, like where does this rank? Because, and how much of an impact do you actually think he's going to make? Because I don't think people are actually digesting the fact. I think obviously number one, people were excited about signing because he's a homegrown boy, and all this content that's come out is so wholesome. And it's like, imagine like an Arsenal fan actually wake up one day and you play him for Arsenal. It's like he's playing career mode. It's a career mode signing. It's a dream for him. But on the other side of things, I think people like are underestimating. I think he's going to be like I think he could be monumental in terms of like the impact he could have on the. I mean, look at what he did at Palace. I just think he could have a massive impact. What do you think I'm overdoing it? Do you think he's going to sort of just blend in with the rest of the team and not stand out? I think he could stand out, and he could be one of our best players. I think him and Saka could be. He could be on par with Saka in terms of impact.
I mean, you can see how he would have an impact straight away because, as we all know, he would fit the exact bill of what we've missed in terms of like the creative spark. And I also think with the squad we've got, he can go on the left wing, but we can also rotate him in midfield, or we've got a lot of options with him. I don't know, time will tell. I think he's got what he did for Palace, and I think winning that FA Cup is a really good kind of precedent to set. It's a good, I don't know, that fills me with confidence that he was the man to lead them to that. So that fills me with confidence. And I just think as well, obviously time will tell, but I think the fact that he's also part of almost like a bit of a new era, really. We've made a lot of signings, so we're going to another level now, and he and Gyökeres and that can be a part of building.
You know what this
is? It's a fresh feel.
You know what this is, Josh? This is phase 7.
This is phase 7 of the process. Yeah.
I think, and the final phase is phase 8, and we know this because I've heard Arteta say that this is phase 7, and the next phase is phase 8.
And the thing is,
and people are saying, "Oh, what phase is Thomas Frank in? What phase is Ange Postecoglou in? Phase 0, mate."
Well, the good thing is about phases as well. If it's not phase 8, we just add phase 9 as well.
That's the thing. If we don't win a trophy, you can get to a phase 9 or a phase 10.
Oh yeah.
I think I'll cap it at 10, but we are at phase 7.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, to answer your question, Eze, he will be good. He has to be good. That's how I see it.
Well, he doesn't have to be. He can do whatever he wants.
He will be, though.
But I think he will be good.
He wants it. You can see
and
it.
I just want to touch on Madueke because he got a lot of stick when he signed, and a lot of Arsenal fans, including myself, were not happy with the signing. And I thought he was really good on that left-hand side, but also the right-hand side. He looks very direct. He's quite skillful. He's got a really nice first touch. I think he's still building that relationship with other players in the team, so some of his final balls weren't great. But honestly, I think he's got massive potential. And now you look at it, and well done to the board. With Saka getting injured now, you look at that sign and you go, wow, what a good signing. Because he is. Everyone's saying he's not a Saka backup. You were wrong, weren't you? Because we've signed Eze, Gyökeres and Madueke. So literally they did actually buy Madueke, which is crazy. My club put 50 M's down for a backup right winger just to cover Saka when he's injured. How mad is that?
Well, he also plays on the left.
No, but he's mainly a Saka backup because Eze is going to play on the left. Are you telling me Eze is definitely playing on the left?
I've not nothing.
Listen,
I've got nothing. Yeah, he might not. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Where's he going to play then?
I don't know. On left 8.
Well, where's Rice?
Odegaard might be injured, so he could play midfield, could play 10.
Right, when we have a fully fit team, obviously they have a vision of a starting 11 when they make these signings. You're telling me that they bought Eze to sit on the bench for Odegaard. They haven't, have they? They're going to put him on the left. It's obvious. Yeah, but it's obvious though, isn't it?
It's not obvious.
So Madueke is a backup to Saka, yes or no? Yes.
Why did you just argue with yourself? I just said he can also play left wing. So it's a good signing.
I'm getting sick of you, and honestly, I'm going to do this podcast on my own.
This podcast will eventually be done. We're going to put two. We're going to have 2 separate podcasts, and then we'll do a charity boxing fight.
What we'll do is, I'll do it. So we can record left ear is going to be me on a separate podcast, and right ear is going to be Josh. So you can listen to 2 at the same time, and
we'll get a Subway Surfer thing above it.
Yeah, above it, so you can watch Subway Surfers at the same time, and an Arsenal live stream at the bottom as well.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's all I've got this week. Shout out to Jack Grealish as well.
You know, sometimes you put a lot of effort into things, and then someone just says, "I want to leave," even though you've agreed to something. You think you can now leave? Flipping.
Who does that remind you of?
No, I like Jack Grealish. I think Jack Grealish is doing good
He's
at
a good
Everton.
character.
Obviously, we knew that was going to happen.
We said it would happen. We said he could be crap, but he will be good.
Right, I think that's it now because this has been. Speaking of crap, this has been crap. I'm sorry about this, guys. This episode hasn't been great, but we'll improve for next time.
I've enjoyed it.
If you finally got through it, I'm gonna have to listen to this one back. I've not listened to any of the episodes back because obviously it's a bit weird to do
professional.
that. But this one, I'm so confused to what the fuck actually happened. I might have to listen back just to see how bad it was because I think it was I think it
was a train crash.
I think it was derailed on multiple
I thought
areas.
I think it was good. I think it had panache, and I think it had flair. And I think
you know, watch this as well. This will be the episode where, like, for some reason, mad reason, like one of the clips will go viral, and we'll get like 100,000 people that view the episode, and it'll be a big pile of piss, and then we won't get any you know what I mean? Like, it'll be one of those ones where, oh, we should have done a better episode because we've gone viral, haven't we?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, mate. But we'll keep grinding, we'll keep going. And make sure you follow because you want to be in that 100 club.
Follow. Yeah, so basically, Sims is on the list. Someone else is on the list.
Dallo's on the list.
Dallo's on the list.
United
if you want
guy.
the United guy.
He's
Reds United Red Bone or something. If you want to be on the 100 list, then you need to get in fast because it's gonna fill up quick.
It is Noah's Ark, and you're one of two. You're one of three.
Because we basically.
You're one of three rhinos, and you want to get on the Ark.
Listen to this,
and
you
it's
might
starting
think
to rain.
this has been a big pile of shit, and these guys aren't going anywhere. But I honestly this is. We are the next stars of football YouTube. Like,
do you want to hear how professional we are?
Chris MD and all those people, they're washed.
This is how professional we are. This is called a callback to the start of the episode. McIntyre, whatever his name is,
Michael McIntyre.
He's gonna ring us up. He's gonna put us on a show. And he's gonna go stars.
He's not because we. The thing is about this podcast. Well, it's not PC. Like, I'm fed up now.
What
this
do you mean
culture.
it's not PC?
No, because everyone who does a podcast now and makes content, it's always for gain. Everything in life's for gain. It's always, oh well, if I do well on the podcast, someone might see me and go star, and then I might get on the overlap, and I don't care about that. Right? I just want people to listen to this and to enjoy it because I'm sick of it. Because podcasts, they just don't seem genuine anymore. I feel like everyone's doing a podcast now just to try and get famous and get clicks. I'm past that. I'm bored. I'm finished.
This is why we've got the split screen. I'm PC. I want to be famous. And I want the podcast. I want Michael McIntyre to ring me up and say, get him on.
And then we've tried that already. We tried to get on a football show already, and it's crap, and it would crap. And Rory talks football, going, "Oh yeah, I think Arsenal have done so well." I can't replicate his voice, but it's so annoying, and I'm sick of it.
Cut this shit out. Do we even upload this?
It's all staying in.
It's all in,
I don't edit
and it's
it.
all unedited, unfiltered football banter. Football analysis, football banter.
And this is all going to get cut up when it eventually does go big and we start to get a following, and after I quit my day job and everything, and I'm like, oh, I can do a football podcast full time for a living. How amazing is this? And then someone's going to clip this up and they're going to throw it out there and go, you're cancelled.
Right, Soccer AM. First of all, it wasn't even called Football AM, it was called Soccer AM.
Yeah.
They didn't talk anything about football, and they just got blokes, they got women
brilliant.
on,
it was brilliant.
and they got people kicking balls into nets.
Women as well, who were like weirdly uni students, like they were literally.
It was
like 18.
dodgy. The point is,
it was great. Though.
This is not going to have that, but it's going to be similar in terms of the fact it's not really about analysis. But it is. But it's also about having a fun time.
It's about the love of the game.
It's about us as well.
And please, if you could suggest, because I can't be arsed, so if you could suggest, if you actually are listening to this podcast thinking, bloody hell, I'm going to listen to this every week. If you want to make it better, we are open to feedback. So if you'd be like, oh, we should do a category on this, you should do, maybe you should stop talking and let Josh talk more, or maybe you should leave the podcast and let Josh just do the podcast. Any suggestions like that are welcomed.
Yeah, especially the last 2 points. So, yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, this is phase 1. And we've got literally...
No, this is ground zero. This is phase 0 of the podcast. Zero. This is like Graham Potter skin fades.
This is ground zero. This levels. Is where we rebuild. This is the rebuild.
I think this is the rebuild because it's at the minute. So basically, we need to have a banter era to then rebuild. So this is what I mean. This is phase 0. This is the Lacazette, Aubameyang, Tavares, Koscielny, Mesut Ozil not pulling his weight era, Mustafi, David Luiz vibes. This is what this is at the minute. So everyone, I've said, Sims, the rest of the people, get your stocks in now. Because we're going to be Arsenal of 2025. How long did it take Arteta? 7 years? Fast forward 7 years. Where we're going to be, it's going to be generational. We'll be this close to a trophy. And trophy, I mean Michael McIntyre's fucking show or whatever it is.
Matthew McConaughey's show. With Gary Neville on the podcast.
Matthew McConaughey's Football Roadshow. We're going to be on it in 7 years.
We're going to drive around around on a big bus. We're going to go around the UK and we're going to go.
And we're going to go, welcome to Manchester. We're here for Michael McIntyre and McConaughey's Football Roadshow.
Let's pitch a show. Put us two on a bus. We've got Gary Neville, Matthew McConaughey on the bus, like the Gino.
Michael McIntyre.
Either of them. They're making like pancakes and chatting. We pull up.
What are we doing?
Like carpool karaoke as well. And we ask them questions.
What questions are we asking them?
Well, we just say...
Question number 1, Michael McIntyre, why the fuck are you here? Why are you here? Why are you bothered about football? Question 2, get the fuck out. It's not a question. You're gone.
Demand.
You're gone. Get out. Gone. Poof. He's gone. He was sort of just like one of those cameos, really.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you trick. It's clickbait, isn't it? You put his name in the title, but he's not in the video. He's booted out straight away.
Yeah, he's a Game of Thrones season 1
me and Gary Neville, and I ask the real questions. Me and Gary one-on-one, he'll shit himself because he'll think, wow, this guy he's not backing down.
I was just picturing we pull up at like a stadium and we set up like a burger stand, and it's like Gary Neville's burger stand. And he like serves burgers and he goes, "You're right," and then they have like Finalysis on.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
But it could happen.
At this moment in time, though, we have to end this podcast.
Yeah, but there always are more moments in time, and we'll make more podcasts, more phases.
At this moment in time, that's been the end of the Jacob Flowers podcast. It's good to have Joshua Flowers on the
Jacob Flowers,
the Josh and Jacob Flowers podcast. It's good to have you on it.
It's nice to have Jacob Flowers as well on the Jacob Flowers podcast.
Oh, honestly, if it wasn't for the if it wasn't for the Gary Neville podcast, if Gary Neville stopped showing up for the Gary Neville podcast, I actually don't know what I would do, because what would they do? Because you can't have the Gary Neville podcast and then they have, someone can't fill in then, can they?
It can. Get us on a bus.
It can. Show me the money and I will take over the Gary Neville podcast without Gary Neville. I just want to live in a world where there's a Gary Neville podcast without Gary Neville in it. Make that happen. Someone make that happen. Now.
Right, thanks guys.
Thanks for listening.
What a big dump.
See you next week. More Premier League.
Live.